It's exactly 21 minutes after 7. You're here on the AM show. Time now for my banner. And today is the International Day of Families. It's observed on the 15th of May every year. The day was proclaimed by the UN General Assembly in 1993 with resolution with a long number, and reflects the importance the international community attaches to family. So the theme is Men in Charge, Gender Equality and Children's Rights in Contemporary Families. But there's a basic thing that we're missing here in Ghana, at least amongst friends and colleagues. This is a big issue. We don't have time for the family. Family really is even missing. How many were able to have breakfast with the rest of with everybody else at a table or sitting down together this morning, for instance? Most of us are guilty of that. How do we get that family spirit back again? So we're going to be helping ourselves resurrect that back, and I've got the perfect person to help us through with this conversation. He's Oscar Siripi, and he's CEO, Global Arc Limited. So I like to call you Pastor. I mean, I can't just say Mr. Siripi. Good morning to you. Thanks for your time.
Good morning.
Yeah. So I want to ask, from your point of view, what do you think the family is missing today?
What we are missing today is, you see, every family has values. So you have families that believe in being lawyers, some doctors, and some traders. Now, what is missing today is we are looking for money and looking for money and looking for money at the expense of the family. So early in the morning, daddy will leave. The children will not see daddy. Mommy will also leave. By the time daddy is coming back, the children are asleep. Mommy comes back, the children are asleep. So sometimes for 1 week or 5 days, the children have not seen daddy, they've not seen mommy. The people they are dealing with are the house helps. But you see, let's look at what the family is. Because in Africa or in Ghana, we have the extended family and then the nucleus family. So we are looking at nucleus family where father, mother, and the children. And then when you bring in uncles, aunties, grandmother, grandfather, great-grandfather, then you are talking about the extended family.
Yeah.
And I believe that, you see, because we Africans, the extended family system helps a lot. But these days, we are all moving from the extended family to the nucleus family. So I know my father, I know my mother. I've not even been to my auntie's house before. Whereas in the past, you can go and spend a weekend with your uncle or your aunt, and then they can even tell you about the values of the family in which you are, and they can discipline you.
What do you think has attributed to this?
And that's what I'm saying, that we are all under pressure, looking for money and trying to build houses and buy cars, for which people, properties, I don't know.
Well, usually we're doing it for the children.
You are not there for the children, you are building houses for them. And that is why, you see, that's why sometimes people build houses and cars. They build houses, they buy cars, they build big companies. They leave it with their children, and everything comes down. Because the children were not involved in what you were trying to do. So once you leave the scene and you pass everything onto them, they cannot handle it. You see, so that is where the issue. You are looking for money. Sometimes, look, my sister, we are not looking for money for the children. We want to compete with our friends. Sometimes that's the plain truth. My friend has bought a house at Trasaco. I must work and buy a house at Trasaco. At the expense of the children. At the expense of the family.
Well, usually such persons will say, after all, when I die, it's the children who will take over.
with children, the one that have emotional defects. You see, one of the things that we don't consider as parents is the emotional state of the children.
What do they need at the early stage?
Children want to see daddy around. They want to see mommy around. They want to see the relationship between mommy and daddy. And they want daddy to be involved with their homework. How many of us are involved with our children's homework? So you are paying school fees, but you don't know what is happening. So the children want to see daddy around. They want to see mommy around. They want to play with daddy. They want to touch daddy and have emotional contact with daddy and mommy. Because emotionally, most of the children are separated from their parents.
Some know they cannot be physically present, so they do well to call. They talk to their children on the phone. Is that the same?
God has blessed you with children. Because the Bible says that children they are a gift from God. God has given you gifts. And you cannot be with them. You can only be with them by phone. And these are the same people, if they don't have children, they will be all over the place looking for people to pray for them. So yes, you might not be around every day. But at least, take some time off and be with the children. Because I'm saying that if you are not there for the children today, they will not be there for you tomorrow.
We'll come back and explore that bit. If you're not there for them today, they will not be there for you tomorrow. But we had a conversation with some young children. I want us to all listen to their perspective as well. We'll come back and continue.
Saturdays, I have mom and dad at home, but Mondays to Friday, I have mom at home, but my father comes home at 9 o'clock. We watch televisions, they tell me news stories, they tell me about the olden days. Sometimes when we are in the kitchen, we cook together. She teaches me how to cook and everything. I feel happy, but sometimes my father does not come home early. I don't feel happy. I want them to always be together. They are always in their house, and I love it when they are in their house. We watch telly together. Then they teach me some new songs and rhymes. And after that, they shows me my homework. Then when we are going somewhere, they always take me there, so I feel so excited. I want mom and dad to take me to a mall. Whenever I go to the mall, I feel so happy. So maybe tomorrow I won't be happy, so if they take me to the mall, I'll be happy.
Well, my father is a late comer. He doesn't come to the house early. And my mom also comes to the house late. So if they are not there, I have fun by playing game or either playing with my friends. Well, it's bad, but I can't do anything about it because they have to work to cater for me. I like the three of us to go out and have fun, go to places, so that at least I'll know that tomorrow I'll have fun with them. So that the rest of the days, if they don't come to work early, I know that I've already had fun with them.
Every day I have them at home. But mom, because I'm in school, so she comes home in the evening, but I'm still fine. Daddy, he's also in the house. But sometimes when my mommy is taking me, he also comes along. It's because he has work to do. I want them to stop any important thing they have at work and come and have fun with me at home. I feel very happy when they're in the house.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Our children want us to be home, really. They're talking about home, home, home. They are most excited when all of us are home together. But the reality is we can't be home always, can we?
And that's what I said. The children want to play with their parents. I'm not saying that be at home every day. But try and make time. So that when they have you, like one of them said, she can take the maximum out of them. So at least once in a week or twice in a week, be with them, play with them, eat with them, have morning devotion with them. Let them understand the values of the family. You see, so at the end of the day, even once a week, take them to school and then bring them back from school. Because some of them, they've given their children to drivers.
Either taxi drivers or there's a driver.
These arranged buses or cars that
the schools will pick and drop.
So you are not with them. Do you know what the taxi driver is teaching your son or your daughter? You don't know. So at least once in a week, take them to the school, and whilst you are driving them to school, you can talk. And then you bring them back from school. So at least they know that even if that is not there throughout the week or 4 days in a week, at least Friday or Monday early in the morning, Daddy will be with us. And then know from your children what is happening in the class. Who are your friends in the class? Because you see, if you don't talk with them, they will not talk with you.
What if Daddy cannot be available, but Mommy is there? I mean, Mommy can back Daddy up, can't she?
The family is made up of Daddy and Mommy and the children. And that's what he said. You see, one guy, one of them...
Said my daddy is a latecomer.
He said my daddy is a latecomer. My daddy is not there.
That's not good.
I can't see my daddy. I want to feel the man. It's not there. Are you sure the daddy is not paying the school fees? Daddy is paying school fees. But the guy says, my father... You see, and you think he's a small boy, and he doesn't know what is happening. But this small boy or this young man or this young boy knows that my father is absent. And sometimes even PTA, Daddy will not show up. Mommy will not show up. It's the house help who will go for the PTA and come and give report. And you see, when you do that, and that's what I said, emotionally they are not there with you. Physically, the man is standing there. But emotionally, Daddy is not there, Mommy is not there. And that is why I have to say that some of the youngest now, they don't know how to cook. Because somebody must teach them how to cook. And Mommy must be there teaching the youngest or their daughters how to cook and how to handle men. So that at the end of the day, when they marry one day, they know how to cook.
This, I don't know, I'm thinking through all this, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm guilty and where I'm not. But the reality is, devotion times, you know, typically if you had the time, you'd wake up together and have quiet time together. That is missing in most families.
So assuming you leave home early, Monday to Friday, what about Saturday?
You know, because you wake up really early Monday to Friday, Saturday you want to sleep a little longer.
But the destiny of the children are involved. The destiny of the family is involved. The destiny of the society is involved. And the destiny of this nation is involved. Because all of us are coming from homes. From homes, we meet here. And then from the society, we build a nation. So if you say you cannot wake up and be... You don't wake up early in the morning. I'm not saying wake up at dawn and have devotion, no. But then try and wake up early by 7, 8 a.m. Be with them. Share the word of God with them. And let them even know what you are doing, what you have been doing for the week, for which reason you are not at home. You see, the Bible says in the book of Ephesians chapter 6 that children are supposed to obey their parents. And that's what parents like. You see, the Bible says you are supposed to obey your parents and you don't respect. But the Bible also says after that verse that parents do not provoke your children. Some of us are provoking the children. But because they are young and they don't pay school fees and they don't rent, they are quiet. And that's why when they reach a certain age, they rebel. Because they've harbored those things in them. So when they get to a certain age and they meet their friends, they begin to rebel against their parents.
Let's talk about the point where you said, if you're not there for your children, they will not be there for you in the future. If I'm paying their fees and I'm taking care of, I'm buying the clothes, whatever it says they want, I give them. My only issue is that I'm not physically present. How can they not be there for me when I need them in the future?
The young man said that the young boy, said, my father is always absent. So when you're absent today, me too, I'll be absent. Do not be deceived. The Bible says that God cannot be mocked. Whatever a man soweth, he will reap. Do not be deceived. So if you are not, you see, when you are not there for me emotionally, you are not there for me now. All the chance I'm looking for is for me to grow and live. And that is where you will be old. You want your children to come around with your grandchildren, and they will deny you that emotional satisfaction. You have not been there for me. We don't have any rapport.
Mm-hmm. It's more like, what would we talk about
what
if I come around?
When I come, Daddy, how are you? Then I go. But if you are there, you have been there for me from the beginning. Maybe we are talking about football and talking about wrestling, and not talking about, I mean, the values of the family. When you are up there, or you grow and I'm old, when you come back to me, I'll remind you about the values of the family. And we can still talk about Chelsea and Man U and Arsenal, and eat together and pray together. Then I hold your hands and say, Daddy, let's pray. How are you doing? Are you been to the hospital? Because now I can also pay the hospital bills for you. I'll pay the hospital bills like you paid my school fees. But I will not be there for you. I'll just go and pay the bills for you. Go to the doctor and go and have all your checkups. I'll buy all the medicine. I'll provide everything for you.
I'll put a maid, I'll add a maid or a nurse with you.
Everybody will be there for you. I'll make sure I'll send you money. I'm sending provisions. But I will not be there for you emotionally. And that is where you are now going towards your grave. And you'll be going towards your grave with a lot of pain. Because at that point, there's nothing you can do. All your friends that you used to hang out with, some of them might have even been dead. And the children will say, don't matter, man. I want to be with my friends now.
Amazing.
And that's the truth.
I want to open the phone lines because, you know, this is thought-provoking. This is bringing back a lot. What I hear you say really is stop making excuses.
That's what we are doing.
Because we have so many reasons why we can't be there.
Let me tell you something. When Mayweather and Pacquiao were fighting, that dawn, people were awake. They didn't say, oh, I'll go to work, I want to go and sleep. They stayed from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. I was one of them. Now, when it comes to the welfare of your children, the emotional satisfaction of your children, being there for them, they say, no, now I'm very busy. I'm working. I want to make money for you people. How can you make money for people you are not in charge? You are not in charge. You see, and when children are children, they are not interested in the money you are making.
They probably don't even know what that is.
They don't even know what you are talking about. What is money? Building houses, what is that? Be with me. Let my friends know that this is my daddy. And every child, my sister, believes that the father is strong. And that the father is strong and rich. So it's not you convincing them that I'm rich. Every child, whether the father is poor or not, they believe that their parents or their father is strong. And that's why you believe, I'm going to bring my father. So they believe in you. And don't destroy that belief. Because you can destroy it. You can't destroy that belief.
Let me open the phone lines now. I think people have to be part of this conversation. You can give us a call, 0302-211-69102, 0302-211-69102. Let's have this beautiful conversation together. Let's stop all the excuses and let's get ahead. Is it too late to bring the family together?
It is not. I'm a believer of restoration. I'm a believer of restoration. It is never too late. Just humble yourself and go back to the children. And you see people, I'm working on, I'm looking for money, and now you people, you want me, so I'm here. No, that's not. Calm down and go to them. So now, okay, every Friday I'll take you to school and bring you back. When we close, let's go and sit somewhere and talk. I want to know your friends. What are you interested in? Then we'll discuss.
You know what they say, if you don't start with children from the very beginning, even when you want to make up, it could be really, really difficult, almost impossible.
And that's why you need humility. They are your children now, but you need to humble yourself. And then don't expect them to accept you one day. Work on it. Day by day, you work on it. Day by day. Today, I'll take you to school, or mommy will take them to school, and you will go and pick them from school. They will see some change. They will see that there's something changing. That is their weekends. Now we can have family devotion together. We can have breakfast together. They will see the changes. So bit by bit, day by day, precept upon precept, things will change. It's not going to take one day, because already some of them are emotionally wounded. And you have to take your time, humble yourself, and make sure that that restoration takes place. Because I believe in restoration. The Bible says that when a tree is cut at the scent of water, that tree will germinate. In the book of Ezekiel, God asked Ezekiel, can these dry bones live again? And he said, he said, no, speak. And there was restoration.
All right, let's go to the phone lines now. I've got somebody joining us on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. May I please know your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Robert, calling from VA.
All right.
Yeah, it's very insightful this morning. Very, very, very thought-provoking, I should say. I wish I had nothing to say again, but I have an observation. Do you notice that people, let me say, employers, people that work for others, for instance, you Mama V, like this, you are expected to come to work at a particular time. If you miss it, you know what it means. So this issue of being employed is one barrier that if it is broken, I think that one could be. I think so.
But I don't know what's your own personal situation like, because like you were referring to me.
Why are you afraid I'm referring to you?
No. I like it, and I like discussing my issues. Maybe I can get a little support from you. Who knows?
Okay. What it is that what I'm trying to say is that you're asking my personal situation. All along in life, I've been working all I can. See that at a particular stage in life, I got to stand on my own. At least if there will be dependency at all, I should be 50 on my employment and 50 on myself. Yeah.
All right, Robert.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. You can also give us a call on 0302-211-69102, 0302-211-69102. I'll tell you what, Pastor, I am not able to have breakfast with my children because I have to leave home at 5. And so the easiest thing is my little son will say, Mommy, I want Milo. So Milo is the last thing I do for him before I leave, But I try to make the time on Saturday mornings. And I can imagine the number of people who are in my situation as well,
So I'm not saying that be there for them every morning, every day, every morning. No, like you said, you have to be here early. But spend quality time with them. Quality. No quantity.
Quality time.
Quality time.
All right.
So when you meet them, let them feel your presence. It's not that, then you are moving. No. Sit down, eat with them, play with them, let them touch your body, let them feel that they are mommy. Because they know you are working. But at least once in a week. Some of them, their parents are not there. Monday to Sunday, they are not there. And you see one thing, because now people have done well economically. You have 4-bedroom house. So daddy sleeps somewhere, mommy is sleeping somewhere. The children are also sleeping in another room. So even meeting daddy, sometimes you have to go and knock, and the man has locked the door, he wants to sleep.
Let me go to Bongo. I like this point that you're building. Let's speak to Jonathan. Hello, good morning. I do apologize. You held on for too long. But Lukman is also on the line. Jonathan, please call. I feel guilty for keeping you on hold. Lukman, let's hear you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Lukman.
The family remains a cardinal point in the grooming of society. In the process of socialization, the state of the family cannot be compromised. Well, parental care indeed is a cardinal point in grooming the child for being able to fit well in the society. Time is important, yes, but if we are talking about time, we have to be realistic and be sincere. You have given birth to the offspring, the young one. It is true that you need to take much time to take care of the fellow, but we should not only compromise time for only the family, because you need to work and also take care of your family. But there are instances that parents will have time for their children, but the care will not be there. So it is time for us to move away from the traditional concept that it is only the woman that should be there. If you marry a woman that works is man, like you, a beautiful lady, you have come to work to tell us, give us updates what's happening around the world. And if your husband is doing some kind of work, or you have a care, they could come in and see the, but we should not see to only the woman. Because if you continue to also say that there's no time, you are working, take care of your family, then you are rather compromising the quality of your family, because you are not there to correct them in doing things that will help them grow well. So society indeed is important, but time indeed, parents have to make more time. If you those days that the extended system was working, the grandparents could come inside, especially if you have an old lady in their house that is very lovely. Your children will give to see the best of things. But this time, parents must know that despite the work, they need to have time for their children, because morality has been compromised, because parents don't have time for the younger one.
All right. Very well said. Beautifully. Lukman, thank you very much for those comments. Really, really. Let's speak to somebody else who's on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Andy.
Andy, where are you calling us from?
From Bremerskma.
All right. Let's hear you, Andy.
Yeah, I want to look at it from the aspect of the church as a family. Yeah, when we even go to our various churches, what happened to the children? The children are pushed to even places where it's not even good for the adults to sit. Very dirty, and then they push them there, pick anyone at all, go take them, go engage them, and then they don't even know what they are doing.
Are you talking about the Sunday school that they go to when we are in the main church?
Exactly. When you look at the adult churches, good chairs, fans are working, sometimes ACs, and the children are pushed to even where the place is not even cemented. How would they feel? They grew up with this same mentality, and we expect to have a better Ghana. How can a better Ghana ever come? Don't forget, no development can ever take place if the mind is not first changed. Development is all about mentality, the mind. The Bible talks about it in Romans chapter 12, the verse 1 and 2. You see, it talks about the mind. And this is the time that we need to condition and challenge the children's mind and give them our love that we are not giving to them.
All right.
We need to rethink as a nation, or else we are not moving anywhere.
Andy, thank you very much for your contribution. And it's good that Andy brings the church. Let me bring another, another angle to the church that he introduced us to. What can the church do in bringing the families together? I mean, apart from going to church on Sundays with the entire family, which some of us are not even able to do still, because one person still has to go to church on Sundays because the other person is still not available or cannot be available. But what kind of contribution can the church make in bringing the family together?
And that's why, you see, some of the churches have family day. We want to have more of that. You see, at least once a month, you can have a family day for the church, where you come with your husband, if your husband is not part of the church, and is willing to come. Because some of them, the mother comes to church with the children, that is asleep. And you see what he said. And that is why when we are having Mother's Day, the whole nation is happy. When is Father's Day coming? You
Well, I intend celebrating my husband. I think he's exceptional.
We thank God. And men of today, some of them are doing very well. Some of them are doing very, very well. But when it comes to Mother's Day, because the children see their mothers more than their fathers. So what we are saying is that, you see, Mama V, if we don't take time, we'll destroy this nation. And we are labeling our grandmothers witches.
We even have a camp for them.
Don't go to your grandmother. That woman is a witch. How can you do that? But if they can feel the presence of their aunties, their uncles, their grandmother, grandfather, then they know that I belong to this family with these values.
I'll speak to Richard. I'll come back to the numerous demands that some extended family members make and the reason why some of them are cut out. Let me speak to Richard. Richard is joining us from the Volta region. Good morning, Richard.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. But Richard, you have to speak up for us. Just speak up a bit.
All right, I'm also doing well. I'm very happy for your program, and I thank your pundit for his good work. Frankly, today as parents, we have failed. Most of us have never learned about the stages of human development. And as such, we should know that development is directional. What affects the lives of children, I see it in threefold. Their religious life, the academic life of the children, and then the environmental influence that the environment has on them. Then again, most of us parents are just giving, food training to the kids. The character training is no longer there. We only cook for them to come and eat. And so how the food is even prepared, we are not sitting there. So it is true we need to have time for our children and try to mentor them. We need to mentor them. We must give them character training. It is high time we begin to look into that. Or else, the future of our children and that of our various families, and Ghana in particular, will suffer come the next few years. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Richard. I wanted us to talk about the reason why sometimes we cut the extended family out. I have to come back again to the situation that we face today. Things are hard. I mean, when you have a little money, you want to manage it well. But when some family members think, oh, you are rich, and they keep making demands, sometimes you almost don't have any choice but to just cut them out.
You see, sometimes we are also happy when people come to us and they are begging. Let's be frank. You see, you want everybody to know in the family that you have money, so everybody should come to you and come and greet you. What you have to do is to teach some of the family members how to fish. So as you are growing up as a family, maybe Mama V, you are the first daughter, and you begin to make some money in the family. Your other siblings, pull them up. If you have to spend money on them to be educated, do that. So that one day all of you will be free. But you see, some of them enjoy where, you see, he's the only person who has money in the family. Some of his siblings are not even educated. And the man is okay with it. So that everybody comes to come and greet them. Oh, I need this money. And then it's like, he's feeling good. But I believe that once you take off, and Mama V is working, she's the first daughter, try and help the rest. Position them very well. So that one day, you meet at a family, and everybody's kind of okay. And also, don't create the impression for your family members that you can do everything for them. Sometimes we create that impression. You go to the village, oh, what do you know? Oh, come to Accra. Oh, I'll sort you out. And when they begin to come to Accra, then you want to run away from them. Let the people know that for you to make it in life, there are processes. So what do you want to do? I have the money, but what do you want to do? You want to farm. Go and bring the cost of doing the farming. But when you want everybody, you go there, you yourself, you are creating the impression that anybody that comes from the village to Accra, you are ready to help them. You will start running away.
Let's speak to Beatrice. Beatrice is joining us from Qatar. Hello, Beatrice. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear. How?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for asking. I hope you're well, too.
Yes.
Let's hear you, Beatrice.
I'm very grateful for the program. In fact, there's one aspect of this we parents we are missing. Sometimes we for providing our children with electronic gadgets, the TVs, the laptops, the phones, then they will be well socialized. By the time we realize they have learned the other side, the wrong side of using those things. And you see that most of our children, the girls, they load down these pornographic pictures. They are addicted to those things. And then the boys, they learn about these films with fighting, killing, and the next moment they see the person is up. So they never knew that it was just a film. So you see that today our children are also carrying guns, killing, because they have learned those things. We are not there with them to transit them, teach them through what type of films they should watch, and the things that the negative aspects, teaching them. But because we are not around, we don't want them to go out, we keep them with those things, thinking that we are working hard to make our children comfortable. So you see that the wrong side of all that we are doing, the money we are fighting for, the children we say we are fighting for, they become social misfits because we have not brought them up to grow up properly, to fit into the society. They learn devices. They learn the wrong side. It's not their mistake. Most of the mistakes come from us parents. So it's good that these things are being discussed so that we parents know the part we are playing to bring up social misfits into the society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Beatrice. I really, really like the points that you're making. Let's speak to Abena, who is joining us from Kaswa. That will be the last call that I'm picking because of time. Hello, Abena. Good morning. Hello, Abena. Oh, I can't believe I lost you. I said you were going to be my last call, so I'll make room for just one more call, and then we'll wrap up with a phone call. 0302-211-69-102. Today is a day for the family, and we're talking about how to bring back, you know, this whole family spirit. My guest is Oscar Siripi, and he's CEO of Global Arc Limited. And let's touch on a little bit about what Beatrice did about getting the gadgets, the parts, and the things for children. Doesn't that show love? Because that's what some people think, really, when they say, oh, I want an iPad or I want a phone.
That's why some of the children are now obese. They sit down, they don't exercise. They just sit down and cartoons and they are watching and they are putting on weight. So when you bring those things around, we don't have any emotional attachment to those things. The gadgets are there. And even like she said, what are they watching? You have to even monitor the things that they are watching. So some of them are watching pornographic pictures on the internet, and we are not aware. So yes, the gadgets are there, but what are they? What is the content? What are they watching? Are you monitoring them, or you just brought those things for them to watch, and then what? So like she said, they will grow up. By the time you realize, they know things that you don't know. They know a lot of bad things that you don't know. And you destroy them. You see, sometimes we think, oh, by providing those things for them, we are helping the children. But sometimes you have to deny them some of these things. And be there for them. And they learn the values of the family. I'm interested in the values of the family. That in this family, we don't do A, B, C, D. Like this family of multimedia. You people have your standards. Anybody that comes into this organization has to come and learn the values of this organization. But if there's nobody here to teach you, you just be here and moving around doing things on your own. And the way you like things to be done. So let's teach the children the values of the family. That in this family, you don't do A, B, C. In this family, you don't wear trousers and your pants is showing.
Amazing. Well, I know that there are people who want to talk to you after, you know, this conversation, because usually we need somebody to talk to. Where can people find you, for instance?
My number is 0276 814 888.
0276
814-888.
Okay.
And you see, I'm very, very passionate about these things. Because if you don't take time, Mama, we will destroy this nation. Watch the children who are on the streets. You watch them. Watch them. When you sit in the car, watch some of them. They are just moving around. They don't have, some of them, they don't even know what is happening. No vision. They cannot concentrate. And if you don't take them in the next 20, 30 years, if you don't correct some of these things, and that is why you see, in our time, some of the parents will decide to take jobs that are less demanding.
So they can make more time
so they can make time for the children. So some of them became teachers, nurses, so that they can be there. Today, everybody, the woman is CEO, the man is CEO, everybody's moving, we are moving. And even the man and the wife, they are competing. This one has masters, this one says, no, now you have master, I want to do my PhD. And we are just looking for material things. But human beings are made up of spirit, soul, and body. So you can give them the physical things. What about the position of their souls? Emotionally, a lot of the children are suffering. Emotionally. And I believe that the time has come for the whole, it's a national crisis. For us to sit down and say, look, let's correct what is happening. So that if one person can sacrifice and say, look, instead of being there every day, we are more moving. I want to take a job that is less demanding for the sake of the destiny of the children. So that one day, they will be there for you. Because one day, you will need the children. And if you are not there for them today, they will not be there for you tomorrow.
And on that note, I want to say thank you for your time, really.
Thank you very much.
For all the lessons that you've taught us this morning on this day when we're celebrating or observing, marking the family. My guest, Oscar Siripi, CEO of Global Arc Limited. We've been talking on this day dedicated for the family. But also in updating you on this Burundi issue, we're told that the president, Pierre Nkurunziza, is expected to address the nation. He's said to be back in Burundi. 3 renegade generals have been arrested, and the coup leader is still on the run. The African Union has backed calls for the postponement of the elections in Burundi. That was contained in a statement that they released yesterday, Thursday. We've still got a lot more for you here on the AM show, so please do stay.